Hello everyone, this is Angie with Stampingwithamore. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. If it's like the first time you've been here, I do a lot of 3D projects and I do cards. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and so today I'm sharing this cute little box. This box has a surprise to it. It's so cute, and this is not my idea. I actually saw this, I think I saw it on Pinterest. I'm not sure where I actually saw it. It's been a while, but there was no instructions. Once again, I had to try to figure it out, and this is the best I could do to figure it out, but it works really good. And when you lift this, look at the little treat that comes out. And I made my treat, theirs seemed a little bit smaller, like there was only a few candies in it, so I made it bigger, and it does work when you make it bigger. So this just goes inside, and then it closes back up. And you have to push it in so that it stays, but it would be a cute little Christmas ornament or stocking stuffer. It's so cute, and it's really fun. So I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. It may take a little longer because there is a lot of scoring on this one. So you are going to need a piece of 8.5 by 5 3/4. I'm using Granny Apple Green and Real Red because it matches this gorgeous designer series paper that I'm using, which is the Heartwarming Hugs. If you follow me, I know you've seen me use this because it's my favorite. I love every bit of our holiday paper, but every side of this paper I love. So I'm changing it up, and I'm using the striped one this time, and I use this stripe on this one. So we are going to just change it up a little bit because I had some scrap, and that worked out really perfect for this. So you are going to need also 4 pieces of the designer series paper, and these are 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, and then you need a piece that is 1.5 by 2, and you're going to score it at 3/4 inches. I've already scored it at 3/4, and this is for the top of the bag that we're going to use. And I'm also using the Stampin' Up! 2 by 8 cellophane bags, and I just had these handy. We don't carry these anymore, but you can get these on like clear bags. I looked to see if they had them, and they do. Or you can get it from Uline. There's a lot of places. Just look up clear bags and you can find these smaller clear bags. So that's what we're using for this. The stamp set that I'm using, well actually I'm using the whole bundle, is the little treats. So I'm using this, and I'm also using the dies that go with it. So they are these right here. And also the 2 that I'm using are these 2 right here. I went ahead and ran these through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which will be available September 1st to customers. And I went ahead and ran those through because that's all the big shot work that we're doing for this. And then there's so many ideas with this. There's so many sentiments. You can make these for Halloween. You can make them for just a birthday party. It'd be cute. You could use the little hat on here. I wanted to use this little banner because I thought it was super cute. We're going to stamp that with the little trick that I shared, and I'll post it in here, the little trick that I shared, but you're going to see it anyway, so maybe I won't post the video. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment and stuff first so we can get that all done. I like to do that first and just get everything ready to go, and then we're ready. So we're using the Ho Ho Merry Christmas because this is a Christmas one. You know I can't stay away from the holiday crafting, and as a crafter, you know you are going to want to start early on projects, especially one like this. So we're doing the Ho 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 Merry Christmas. I did color in with my blend. I'm going to go ahead and use my Stampin' Right marker because we're going to use these for the Stampin' Right markers to color our little banner. And this is a little bit darker too than the blend. So either one that you have you can use. So that's that. So let's go ahead and we're going to bring the Stamparatus up here, and we're going to stamp the banner, and I got it all set up to go. And what we are going to do here is we are going to use the Granny Apple Green and the Real Red and the basic black. And we're going to color these and stamp them. Now there's an old technique to do it. This is my new technique. You can just color these. You can huff on them with hot air if you don't have the Stamparatus. And then you can stamp it. But it comes out really light. And I was trying to figure out some way to make these darker and to look like they were actually stamped with ink. So this is the technique I'm using for that. So we're coloring 2 Granny Apple Green and 2 Real Red, and we're gonna repeat this process, but we're not gonna have to do the basic black one. We're just gonna do that one time. And then we are going to stamp this. And also I noticed when you use the Stamparatus for this, you get better color. But also look how light that is, and I want it dark to make it look like it was just stamped by hand. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing. And I showed this in the video that I was talking about. I just had this brainstorm idea, like a light bulb hit me, and I was like, why am I not using the Stamparatus for this instead of trying to do it the other way? And it comes out so good. And look how dark it is now. It looks like it was just totally stamped. It's such a great technique, and it's so fun to do. And I love using my Stampin' Right markers for this because I like coloring stamps different colors. I'm going to clean this real quick. All right, so we are ready now, and I'm going to cut this out. So I'm going to use my really little scissors. I'm going to make this really small because, and it's a really simple one to fussy cut. They don't have a die for this, so you do have to fussy cut it. But it's a really, really easy one to fussy cut, so. Okay, so there it is, all done. It's super, super quick and easy. All right, so now we are ready to do our box. Now there is a little bit to this box because we have to hand stamp some, but it's so worth it. It's such a cute little box. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna score this. And we are going to score it at the 8.5 inch side. We're going to score it at 1/2, 2.5, 4.5, and 6.5. Then you're going to turn it on the, I think I told you, did I tell you 5 3/4? It's 5 by 8.5, not 5 3/4. So on the 5 inch side, we're going to do it at 1 1/8. And 3 1/8. And that's it. Now we're going to do hand scoring. All right, so now what I'm going to do, and I'm going to mark this with a pencil so you can see. So each little square here is 2 inches. So what you're going to do is you are going to mark it. Normally I just use my little stylus and I will mark it at the 1 inch mark in the middle, but I'm going to mark it with the pencil so you can see where what I'm doing. So we're going to mark each one at 1 inch. And this is the shorter side that we're doing this on. Okay, and then you are going to score from that corner to this scored mark right here. So I'm going to show it to you here. So we have a score mark all the way across here. So you're going to score it from here to this corner, from here to this corner. You're going to do it on every one. So we're going to do that. So we're going to score it from there to that corner. Make sure you get it right to the corner. It helps to for your box to be really nice and square on top. And then we're going to do it on this one to the corner, and then this one, and then we're going to do this one, and then we just have one more. It's not hard at all, this box. It took me about 4 tries to get it to fit right and everything, but I was determined because I thought it was so cute. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we are going to cut off this bottom part. And that's our glue tab there. Don't cut off the top one, just that little bottom one, and then we're going to cut up each one of these. I'm going to cut in on every other one of these. All right. So it's going to look like that. All right. So now let's sharpen all these. This is an important part, especially on the top part where we hand marked. So we are going to sharpen all of these score marks. It'll go together so much better if you have them really nicely sharpened. So we're going to sharpen these. Do every one of them. And if you really like to mat beforehand, now's the time to mat it, but I'm going to mat afterwards. I'm going to use my tear and tape here. I'm going to put it along our little glue tab. Use a really strong adhesive for this, because you are going to be pulling on it every time you pull out the treat. And then we're going to line these up. Make sure all your score marks line up. And then we're going to do the bottom here. I'm going to just use some wet glue for the bottom. Make sure it's nice and square. I like to flip it over and press it down. You can use your bone folder. Alright, and then these little corners are just going to flip in like that. And you're going to push it in so it looks like that. So let's go ahead and mat it. I'm going to use wet glue again to mat it. I love this side too. It's so cute, this houndstooth. And make sure that your stripes are running the way that you want them. Alright, so there is that part. Now what we're going to do is let's make our little bag. So I'm going to use this bag, and I need to bring my trimmer up here really quickly, because what I'm going to do is trim this down to 2 inches. You don't need that other part. And it is really small, but you can fit a lot of M&Ms. I'm going to try to put a couple Hershey's Kisses. I think that a couple will fit in here. I'm not sure, but we're going to try it. So if you want to do Hershey's Kisses, you can put 2 of them in there. So I'm going to take that piece, this piece that is 1.5 by 2 and that we scored. I'm going to put adhesive on both sides. And this doesn't lay as flat as it does like with the M&Ms in there, so it's going to be a little trickier, but I think it's going to work. So I'm going to hold that a minute because the wet glue. So let's just let that dry for a few minutes because it needs to dry. And let's go ahead and put on our front piece. So we're going to use the little scallop first. down here. And then I'm going to use the Ho 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 sentiment. Again, I'm going to just, you can put dimensionals on this, but I'm not because I have the little border banner that I want to put on here. And then we're going to center this. This little treats bundle is such a great one if you love doing treat boxes. It's just perfect. And then I'm going to put just some adhesive on both ends of this and in the center. And we're going to string that on the top. It fits perfectly across. Just like that. Isn't it cute? Alright, so now what we're going to do is I am going to punch a small hole in here with my small hole punch. And I'm using the Real Red, and this is the braided linen trim. So what you're going to do is you're going to, I forgot how long I had it. I think it was like, it may have been 8 inches. I'm just going to go ahead and guesstimate. So you're going to tie a knot in this, and this is really good for tying a knot and the knot staying real well. It doesn't matter how long you have your string, but you do want it long enough so that it could fit inside the box and you can pull it up. So this really stays really well. And then you want to bring that down to the end. You can even put a little sentiment here like Merry Christmas, or I don't know, surprise or something like that. And then we're going to just lift this up again. And we're going to put that in there. We're going to close it up. The corners are the ones that fold in. And then you really need to push it down so that it stays, your little handle stays. And that was about 8 inches, I think, that I used. So that worked out pretty good. So there you have it. And this one has little M&Ms in it, but you can put Skittles in there. There's a lot of little treats that you can put in there. Some little, you know, like when they have it Christmas, they usually, I couldn't find any Christmas candy. This is from last year. So that's what I'm using for this. But, you know, the Hershey's Kisses, like I said, you could fit 2 of them in there. But aren't they cute? I thought they were super adorable, and I really wanted to figure it out and share it with you. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you need any supplies, you can shop on my blog at stampingwithamore.com. This is my August Hostess code. If you use it, you get in a drawing at the end of the month for Hostess Dollars. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.